Okay, let's see. So we have green lights on OBS. Microphone seems to be working okay. Just shuntle the things around. Are we live on Twitch? Yes, we're live on Twitch. Are we live on YouTube? Yes, we're live on YouTube. Good. Hello, everybody. Now. Okay, so we've got a thing going on here. This is an impromptu stream, so I might just, before we get going too far, I'll might set a few things up and then just wait for people to join. But yeah, So what we've hit is a thing called the Civil War bug, and lots of people have died. What I haven't looked at yet is to see how many. So let's just have a quick look at that. So if we go, oh hang on, let's zoom in a bit. Other way. Oh, not there, units. So dead and missing. How many have we lost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I think it's just those 8. Oh no, there's a few more. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, that was our werewolf. So we've had 25 people die in the Civil War so far. There will be many, many more unless we do something about it. So I've been doing some research. Hello, Potato. Watching a Cell stream while playing Fallout 4. 'Tis a good evening. Alright, let me bring this across. So, Dwarf Fortress Wiki. What we've come across is a loyalty cascade, and it's a thing that Toady1, who is the developer of the game, has described this as the Civil War bug. It won't resolve itself until one side of the conflict is completely wiped out. And of the things that, so it is a bug. It's unintended behaviour. It can happen when either we attack a werebeast in dwarven form, because we sent the military, like the military killed him. This is what did happen. Military killed somebody after they'd shape-shifted back to a dwarf. But equally, it can happen when you attack a werebeast in were form. So if they have converted to, if it's one of your civilians that has become a werebeast, and it seems that the only difference between these two are who's the enemy in it. In this one, it seems that if the werebeast has become a dwarf, then and your military attack them, then the civilians will take a very dim view of your military attacking a civilian, and the civilians will uprise against the military, and the military will then of course fight back. If you have the situation where the werebeast is being attacked by the military, then it actually causes the soldiers to lose loyalty, and they will become the enemy, and they will start attacking your civilians. I'm not entirely sure, because it's not dreadfully clear in the wiki, and I've had a look on the forums, and I can't see it very well described. Now, we do have some options as to what to do about this. So what we know for sure is that our fortress has split itself into two factions. We have the military, who are largely and I have seen one or two incidences, but not many, largely are loyal to each other and are not attacking each other, but they are attacking the civilians. The civilians don't seem to be attacking each other, although they appear to be at first. It's because a lot of the civilians are in some sort of squad. So they are classified as military, even though I haven't given them a military role. So they don't appear to be attacking each other. They're just attacking the military. But I have at least half the fortress in the military, and about half the fortress not in the military. So we've got a civil war split down the middle. Now, we've got a couple of choices as to what we do here. One is that I haven't tried this. What we could do is to stop it. And I don't know whether or not this would work, but yes, this is the fix for the situation. So if I type that in here, it should stop they should stop seeing each other as an enemy. Now, whether that will stop them from attacking each other, especially the ones that are already in the middle of a fight, I have no idea. Even if it does sort of remove the enemy labels and they stop being confused about who is the enemy, we could still have the problem where everybody's interrelated to everybody else, and they could become very angry about the fights that are still brewing. So that's one option, is to see if we can actually fix the bug with this command. The other option is to try and take some of the people who are not involved in the fight, put them somewhere safe, like literally get a military out of the uninvolved people, put them in the far corners of the base somewhere, and form a squad out of the people who are not fighting, and see if we can allow the battle that is ongoing and to just deal with itself. And then once everybody once they've killed off all of the fighting people, see if we can reintegrate everybody back, anyone who's left, back into society. I'm not sure how well that will go. Whichever happens, we're going to have a huge problem after this, because everyone is so interrelated in this fortress. So everyone is going to be so upset about the number of people who've died who are their relatives. They're going to be grieving all over the place. And I haven't got anywhere near enough coffins for this. So I'm not sure which of the options to take yet. Now it says here that we have 166 citizens. Out of those 166, 67 of them are either children or guests. So we've got 99 citizens who are left. We've lost a couple of lost some big name citizens as well. So Spotted Cow is dead. Sorry, Spotted Cow. Spotted Cow, it appears from the text that Spotted Cow was one of the first people into the fray. And probably because Spotted Cow was up here, Spotted Cow may actually have been one of the people who started all of this, because we had walled the werebeast into the hospital. And of course, that werebeast was one of Spotted Cow's patients. And so as soon as it turned into a werebeast, our military started attacking them. And when it turned back, the military carried on shooting arrows at them, and then they died. And it was the moment they died that it all kicked off. Well, Spotted Cow was in the vicinity and was one of the first people to start attacking the military. So yeah, unfortunately, Spotted Cow was one of the earliest casualties. Now, Potato, things are not looking very good for you either. In fact, things are not looking good for anybody who's not in armor with a big weapon at the moment. So I had a look at your combat log, and you have wandered up here to, I think, to collect a corpse and go bury it. This is one of the problems now, is that there are corpses around and people will prioritize collecting corpses. So as soon as they get near here, they then spot the military, who they see as an enemy, and they just wade into battle. So, Potato, you've already lost your left hand, and one of our army officers here is busy hacking away at your right arm. I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to save your arms, which is a bit difficult since as you are our engraver. I don't know whether or not you're going to survive this. I'm not sure actually how many of them are going to survive it. Let's have a look and see what is going on with the dwarves. So if we have a look at have a look by migration wave, because most of the named dwarfs are in the earlier migrations. Bernie's managing to sleep through it. Cell is drinking his way through it. Tammy is just about to go into a combat drill. Who else did we have? Of course, I could do it by nickname, couldn't I? As nickname. Cryptonym, what are you doing? Cryptonym is, oh dear. Okay, Cryptonym is listening to poetry. That probably means that Cryptonym is in the middle of the battle, because he's come up to listen to poetry, and he's not in the military, I don't believe. No, because he's not in the military, he will have been he will have identified the soldiers as an enemy, and he's probably, rather than listening to poetry, he's probably in the middle of a battle at the moment. So what were you going to do, Potato? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's your profession. You're doing nothing at the moment. You may be unconscious. That could be why you're not doing anything. Let's have a look at health. And we'll see severed or missing. So Potato, yeah, you can't stand, you're in extreme pain, your grasp is impaired, your motor nerves have been severed, your sensory nerves have been severed, and you're a bit tired. You have, I mean, this doesn't look good, does it? It looks like your right lower leg has also been almost cut off. So yes, you've lost your left hand. You've been put apart. You've attacked somebody who is a proficient axe dwarf, who's busy attacking back with a battle axe. And as such, bits of you are just flying off because you're not in the military. You have no armor, and so every blow is just cutting another bit of you. Have we got anyone else who's missing bits? Severed and missing. Oh, someone's just lost some teeth. That often happens in battle. Let's have a look here. Guess should. Missing teeth. This one. More missing teeth. And here. Missing teeth. Oh, there's another severed there. What's Tobal lost? His right upper leg. Hello, Xavier Sinclair. No issues with the werepanther. We've had a big issue, actually. And, well, as you can see from the health screen here, we've got an awful lot of injured dwarves, and we've actually lost, I think it's about 25 dwarves, and this is because we've run into the Civil War bug. As it's not actually because of the werebeast itself, the werepanther. We killed that, but the werepanther had infected one of our dwarves, who we locked up in our our military hospital here. And as soon as it converted, of course, the archers who were practicing their combat training nearby shot it. And as soon as they shot it, we encountered a thing called the Civil War bug, which causes a loyalty cascade. So the military and it's the bloodiest tavern you've ever seen, indeed. Yeah, so our military and our civilians have now separated into two factions, and they view each other as an enemy. And I'm torn between two courses of action here. One is, if I bring this back over, is because it's identified by Toady1 as the Civil War bug, and there is a fix for it. You haven't seen that bug in ages. Yeah, I've killed so many werebeasts in other games. Now I've speculated as to why it might have occurred in this situation. The werebeast was heavily and by heavily I mean related to everybody. So the dwarf who was a werebeast was related to everybody, and I'm wondering whether that was something that had to do with kicking off this loyalty cascade. Not sure, but yes, it is a rare bug, because there was talk that it might have been fixed, at least partially, in the last version. But no. But when I was looking at the bugs, going into the bug tracker, it was last reported in July, so it's been a quiet bug. It doesn't seem to have cropped up very often, but here we go. So we can try this fix and see if it works, see if it stops them from attacking each other, or we can try fiddling around with who is in the army and try and make everybody into the same faction. I don't know whether or not that would work. Because they are in the thick of battle, there's no chance that we can separate them. I don't know whether any course of action we can take, I don't know if it will stop the people who are fighting at the moment. But I'm tempted to try this fix to see whether or not the fix will do it. And if it does, what does it do? So shall we give that a go? So it is fixed loyalty cascade. Just copied that from over there. Bring that over here. That in there, and let's see what it does. Yeah, worth a try. Although the stress, yeah, absolutely. Even if we stop the fighting, we're gonna have some huge problems. No loyalty cascade. Oh boy. Okay, so it's not identifying it as a loyalty cascade at the moment. That explains something then. Yep. Absolutely. Because the one thing I was expecting to see in a loyalty cascade was that some people would have declared themselves as an enemy either of the fortress or of the civilization, and they haven't. So this is something a bit different. It's behaving like it's very much behaving like a loyalty cascade, but the bug hasn't properly enacted. So now, okay, how are we going to deal with this? We can either let them fight it out, or we can try and might be worth submitting the save to the official bug tracker. Yeah, actually, you're probably not wrong there. Thing is that I would need to make a copy of the save, which means going into the folders, which I wouldn't normally do on stream because that's a lot of fiddling about. Because if I let it go too much further, it will lose any information. But no, I think you're right. Actually, I probably should, because this is possibly a valuable bug for quite probably a rare one as well. So, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a quick break in the stream, and I'll make a copy of the save so that I could submit it later, so that as we go on and we get more autosaves, the information will be kept. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back.